So if you've been following my channel for a little while, then you know that I personally deal with an anxiety and panic disorder. So I thought, why not share 8 of my favorite self-care practices and products, things that I'm doing and implementing into my life to kind of like bring the chill back in and balance me out. And I thought that would be really helpful, especially right now where we're at as a society. I think that it's needed to have like some guidelines and things to be like, oh, that sounds so simple, okay, I'm gonna give it a try. I actually typed up a full blog post of what I wanted to cover. I initially had like little bullet points and ideas, like as I was going throughout my day, I was like, ooh, I do that. And then I kind of expanded on those thoughts. So if there's anything I miss in here, definitely check out the link in the description box to the blog post where I kind of wrote everything out. Those are my initial thoughts type of thing. Usually I do things backwards. I film the video and then go back and do a blog post, but I figured that was worth mentioning if you're more of a reader than a visual watcher. So like I said, some of these are going to be products, some of them are techniques, but the common denominator about the things that I'm going to talk about is you. It is all about you, and not in a selfish way, in a self-care way. I think the number one thing that I've kind of learned from having my recent flare-up of anxiety and panic is that I need to slow down. I need to focus on me a little bit more, take care of me so that I can take care of others, because that's something I personally struggle with. I find joy, I find happiness and productivity in helping others and making others feel amazing, that I get forgotten and I fall on the wayside, and then I get burnt out on even the simplest of tasks, and that's where we need to rewrite the story. We need to change the narrative. Okay, so that kind of leads into my first tip, which is to carve out time to start working at decluttering and removing the clutter little bits at a time. Put on your favorite podcast. Right now, I've been loving and listening to the Breaking Beauty podcast on Spotify. The girls are so funny. They're former beauty editors and they know what they're talking about, and they're easy to listen to while doing some other things. Like, you don't have to like sit and really concentrate on what they're saying. You can kind of like put headphones on and like sort stuff out, and it almost helps me take the feeling and emotion out of what I'm going through, because I tend to hold on to things. I am a pile person. I hold on to stuff. I grew up very modestly, so you didn't waste what you were given or what you had. You needed to find a way to repurpose it, but it's gotten a bit too, I've taken that a bit too literal at this point, and I hold on to too much for too long. And I am taking this period of my life to like let it all go. It overstimulates my mind and it makes it difficult for me to relax. And I'm already a person that has a hard time slowing down and relaxing. So I've noticed that if areas are nice and crisp and clear and minimalistic, my brain works better. I feel happier. I feel more willing, more motivated to get up and do something for me. So what I do is I'll have my headphones in, I'll be listening to music or a podcast, and I'll pick up an item and I'll be like, does this genuinely bring me joy? Like totally bringing in like a Marie Kondo kind of aspect, but really think about, will I actually wear this? Not like, oh, what if I could, but if this situation happens, it's not going to. And you can get it again if you really, really, really need that. Because that's something I always would hold on to something and be like, no, I could use this for this, or, oh, it's not totally stretched out. Yeah, I could probably use it to hold something together. And I'm like, no, you have to let it go. Like, some of the stuff you can repurpose, some of the stuff you need to stop hoarding and get rid of. I have gone down a rabbit hole with this and I apologize about it, but I have been posting so much on Mercari. If you haven't checked it out, definitely go check out my declutter stash and what is for sale over there. Kind of like an online yard sale type of app. So in the process of doing this, start small. Start with one item and one subject and stick with it until it is done. Because I have a really bad habit of like pulling everything out and be like, this is all gotta get sorted. This is all gotta go. And I will leave it out because I'll run out of time or energy or whatever have you, and I'll leave it out in piles so it's somewhat organized, but it's not done and completed, and then it'll sit there sometimes weeks on end. Embarrassing to admit that, but it's true. So pick one subject. If you're going to do jewelry, start with necklaces and pull out all your necklaces, lay them out. Which ones are you actually going to wear? Not like if you had a certain outfit or if you're in the mood for this. Do you like this, and would you put it on right now? Okay, keep it. Is it not? Put it in the pile to put up on Mercari. So speaking of being burnt out and trying to do too many things at once, is setting a bedtime and a wake up time. And I know this can be difficult, especially right now where we don't always have something to like get up, let's go, gotta go to work, gotta grab this, get the kids to school and things like that. But it is so important to stay on somewhat of a schedule. Even if you let yourself sleep in an extra half hour, you know, change your 6:30 normal wake up time to 7:30, but you have to have a regular time every single day, even on your days off. I hate to say it, but it will make you feel so much better inside. You're not going to be overtired. You're not going to be stressed out and feeling imbalanced when it comes to like hormones, because let's face it, that is a thing. They don't call it beauty sleep for nothing. Like, you feel so much better when you have a full restful night that has been on your set schedule. So even though we've been home, I have been decently good about going to bed around the same time and waking up around the same time, and I feel better for it. I feel more productive during the day, more motivated to get the stuff done that I need to get done. That isn't always a pleasurable task, but I know that once I get that done, I can like sit and film and talk to you. Now with the falling asleep part of it, especially if I'm having like an anxiety or even a depression, mostly a depression, I find that like when I'm like getting in that darkness, it's really difficult for me to go to sleep, because I'm like, what's the point? I have nothing to do tomorrow anyways, like very Eeyore, right? And I find it hard to like chill out. And I don't like taking sleeping pills. I don't like doing that kind of stuff, but I had a company reach out to me recently and they asked me if I wanted to try their fast asleep sleep chocolates. And I was like, that sounds like a gimmick. The brand name is Objective, and they have these little sleep chocolates, these little cubes. Oh, did I bring it in here? And they are a saffron based sleep aid with a GABA. I don't know, that's their proprietary blend. It is a melatonin free blend, because I'm not big on the whole melatonin. I feel like every time I've ever taken it, I break out. Just me, I feel like it does something not good. And the point of these little chocolates is to help promote a restful sleep. I want to show you one here. I'm going to open it up because I will have one here. What time is it? It's about 6:30 at night, so I'll probably have one in about 2 hours. And this is the little chocolate here. They're really good. I was really surprised. I was fully prepared for this to not taste as good as it did. It still has a little bit of an earthy taste, but that chocolate creamy amazingness is there, and it gives you that little bit of a sweet tooth reprieve towards the end of your night. So I take it anywhere from like an hour to a half hour before bed, and I start to feel not as if I took a Benadryl where I'm like, ooh, I'm really drowsy, but you just start to feel that calm. I don't feel drugged up. I don't feel dopey by far. I just feel calm. Because I've tried the CBD thing, I've tried sleeping pills in the past, and they're not for me at this point in my life. And an issue I have not only is just falling asleep, but staying asleep. And the nights that I take this, I fall asleep and I don't wake up until like I wake up for my morning, like my alarm goes off, which is like a little music thing. I don't even like traditional alarms. I like da 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 da, and then I roll over and hit it and get up for my day. And I am not a morning person. Let's just clarify that. Like, I don't like getting up at 6:30. I used to have to get up at 4:45. Thank goodness I am no longer doing that. I'm so sorry if you have to. But off topic here, these are non-habit forming. I wake up feeling refreshed. I'm not feeling groggy or bogged down. Another thing that was really important and why I don't like taking sleeping pills is that like the kids would come in to get me and I would have a hard time like getting up. And I took one of the chocolates about 2 weeks ago, and Sophia was having an issue in the night and she needed me, and she came into our room and got me, and I was able to get myself up without a struggle. Like, I wasn't like feeling drunk walking through the hallway and helping her clean it all up. And then I didn't have troubles once it was clean going back to sleep. I just kind of laid down and like drifted off, which was really nice. But it made me feel more comfortable not to feel totally zonked out when my kids are here. And yet I still was able to get the restful sleep that my body and my hormones and my skin needs. Okay, so for my third tip is having easy meals ready to go, especially if I'm having more of my anxiety panic flare up. I don't have an appetite. I don't want to eat. The idea of eating sounds overwhelming. I don't have the stomach for it. Like, my stomach will be hungry, but I'm like, nothing sounds good. I don't want to eat. I'm fine. Depression side of things, sometimes I eat a little bit too much. Lots of sweets. I am a sweet tooth person, but we're talking about like the anxiety side of things, because it is so important to eat, because you will get more anxious if you're starting to get low blood sugar. You're unbalancing your metabolism. It just snowballs into a worse situation. So I like to have easy to eat or make healthy snacks or meal replacements, or just meals in general. So for snacks, and I forgot to bring them in here, but I love these little protein cookies. I keep one in my purse pretty much at all times. Only eat half of it. I call them poop cookies. It's just a joke, okay? Bear with me. There is a lot of dietary fiber in here. If you eat the whole cookie, that is 2 servings. Like, so 1 serving is half the cookie, and you will need the facility. So I only eat half at a time. I also really like for frozen meals, just because I need something quick and easy, especially if I'm going to work, is the Healthy Choice meals. I'll see if I can put a picture here so you can have a visual. I just get them at Walmart or something like that. They taste good. They hold me over until it's time for another snack. They're not like make me feel so full, but when I'm having those moments, I don't want to feel full. Like, I don't want that stuffed feeling, so they're perfect. And for the mornings, I have a really hard time stomaching anything at all. I will eat some bacon and protein shakes. That's pretty much it. I know Teamy I think I brought it in here to show you. Teamy just came out with a new protein. I've been trying this out for the last week or so. This is coming out in the market very, very soon, if not already when the video goes up. And it is a rich chocolate with 17 grams of plant protein in it. It's very straight up. It's very basic. There's no frills or anything like that. It says it's organic, vegan, non-GMO, dairy and soy free, no artificial colors, sweeteners, any of the junk in here. And it pretty much is just stevia leaf and pea protein and chocolate. It tastes so good. Honestly, this is probably one of the best protein powders I have ever had. It is smooth, it is creamy, it has a wonderful rich chocolatey flavor, but it's only like 110 calories. So you're not breaking the calorie bank, but you're still giving your body a little bit of something when you don't feel like stomaching a full meal. So that's the benefit of it, helping you feel fuller longer. And then on the opposite side, it does help curb cravings when I am feeling more on the depression side of things. Another brand I like, and I've shared this on my Instagram for different flavors, is the Vegan Smart. This one is the greens and protein, but I also really like their organic blend. It's in an all black container, and they have like 4 or 5 different flavors of that one. They're all amazing. The chocolate one is okay. It's good, but it's not as good as the Teamy. And I'm not just saying that because I work with Teamy. That is my genuine feelings. The Vegan Smart one is also free of any additives, any chemicals, no artificial sweeteners or anything like that. And they typically 20 grams of plant protein. And they also, that is the difference between the Vegan Smart and the Teamy. Vegan Smart has some added vitamins, so if you don't need those, definitely stick with the Teamy 100%. Like, if you take a daily vitamin, you don't need the Vegan Smart. Now, if we're talking more full-on meals, a meal delivery system like Home Chef is life-saving. They give you the little recipe card, they send you the food. It's incredible. We haven't subscribed to them in a little while, but when we had it for like over a year, and we got it every single week. Absolutely loved it. I've been thinking about resubscribing, especially with both of us trying to trim up for the wedding. I need to be more mindful about what's going in the body, especially now that I've been leveled out with these practices and my medication. Anxiety wise, I need to focus on being healthy all around. Which kind of brings me to what really helped with my mental state is not just the medication, of course, that helps, but meditation. And I have heard so many people talk about meditation, and I was like, that sounds like mind-wandering torture. Like, I'm not gonna sit somewhere and like and like just magically feel better. I don't know, I just thought it was like a hoax. And then I tried it. I was so desperate one morning. I would remember I was getting ready for work and I was feeling that I get the tingle, I get the tightness up in my jaw, I get the brain burn, that metal taste in my mouth. The attack was there, it was happening, and I was like, I need to stop. I have to go to work, like I need to chill out. And I turned on my Spotify and I typed in meditation, and Mindful in Minutes by Kelly popped up, and I've never turned back. They are 10-minute guided meditations, not just for in the morning, but she has different ones for different situations. She has anxiety, she has sleep, like for going to bed. There's chakra realigning and things like that, that was really fun. I actually think that one was my absolute favorite. I have re-listened to that one quite a bit. And there is something about waking up, brushing my teeth, going to the bathroom, and then coming in here, coming into my safe space. So finding a safe place that feels like it's you're just your special spot in your house. And I like to meditate laying down. That's just me. I know some people do it sitting up. And I'll grab my little pillows. Actually, I have all of it right here. I grab my pillow for my head and my pillow for underneath my knees and my little blanket. I don't know if you can see that down here. I have a blanket over here. This little container here where I keep lotion for my hands because it drives me nuts when my hands feel dry. And then I have the weighted mask that I got from my FabFitFun subscription recently. And I will put this on, I will lay down, I will have my headphones in. Sometimes I'll turn my salt rock lamp on, and I will just give myself those 10 minutes to reset, recharge, and it does something. It makes you focus on your breathing. It makes you focus on you and being present and in the moment, and it just rewires your thinking for the rest of the day. I am so grateful to have found Kelly and her practice. She is a yoga instructor by trade and does different traveling meditation retreats. I would love to attend one of her retreats. If she came to Sedona again, she was here recently and I missed it. I would absolutely love to go to something like that. Maybe we could go together. There's another face mask. I didn't bring it in here, but it's more of a bubble one, so it doesn't touch your lashes, because sometimes if I'm like ready for the day and I need to have a moment, I don't want to put the weighted one on. I'll put the one on that it doesn't touch like my eyes. It was from Amazon. I'll put a link down below. They're pretty cheap. I keep that one in my nightstand. That's why I don't have it in here, because Logan will watch TV shows before going to bed with his headphones in, but the light from his phone drives me insane, and I have to have like darkness to be able to concentrate and relax and like chill out. So I keep that one in my nightstand. Number 5, this is maybe a personal one for me, but I figured I'd share it, are my crystals. And I have them kind of all over my special place in my room, and they bring me such joy. I don't know that I fully subscribe to the idea that they're bringing me energy and changing my life, but there's something about looking at them that brings me my own joy. They're pretty. I like the sparkly ones, of course, the pink ones, the clear, the white. I have other ones like a jade that's absolutely beautiful. Amethyst is gorgeous. Moonstone, and moonstone's another big one for me. I'm drawn to it for some reason. But there's something about having them here in my space that makes me feel good. Yeah, I don't know. You don't have to go down like the rabbit hole with them, but I think maybe take crystals into, if you like, owls and having cute little owl things around. Something that brings you that joy, that makes it feel like it's yours and gives you that comfort. Tip number 6 is spa treatments at home. And I actually want to touch on this in a totally separate video. So I'm just gonna like dance on the surface of it right here with you now. I think it is absolutely important to spend time taking care of your body inside, like we've previously already talked about, but also on the outside, because when you are glowy, when you are hydrated, when you are rested, when you are everything, you know, your hair looks half decent, it doesn't have to be perfect, you feel good. You know, when you get all dolled up for date night and you just feel extra sexy and sassy. You don't have to do that all the time, obviously, but there has to be some sort of self-care practice within your week or within your day that brings you that inner and outer glow. So I do want to do a whole like skincare, facial at home DIY type of video. in another time. But even if you just take a bath, something where you just like put your music on, listen to the Mindful a Minute, you know, podcast, or maybe some relaxation kind of like spa music, and take a bath with your little candle, maybe your nectar little bath bombs. Have you tried those? They're so cute. They look like little cupcakes or little sandwiches, and they have all different themes. They're so stinking adorable. But yeah, do something special for you. You deserve it. On that note, tip number 7 is my least favorite and probably my least personally used tip, but I know it's important and I know I should tell you. This is me complaining to myself that I need to be better about it, which means you probably need to be better about it if you're watching a video like this, and it is getting active and staying active and being regular about moving your body. Ways that I've been working out at home when I am motivating myself to do it is following along some of the FabFitFun TV workout videos, which right now, if you're watching this at the time of me uploading this, they are free to the public. They've opened it up during this period. So you don't have to have the FabFitFun subscription, which you normally would have to be able to sign in and get the FabFitFun TV access. I mean, they have all different kinds of things, not just the workouts, which they have a slew of different kinds. They also have like cooking lessons and lifestyle stuff. It's actually pretty cool. I also recently purchased some more hand weights from Kohl's, so those just arrived today, and carrying those in here, I was like, oh my gosh, who knew 12 pounds felt so stinking heavy? So I am out of shape and I need to get back into it. I also have my HIIT trainer. I'm looking at it right now. It is right behind you, which I reviewed and talked about in a video a few months ago. This thing has definitely earned its keep. I have used it somewhat regularly. I've fallen off the horse a little bit and I need to get back on it, because when I do it, I get off of it and I just feel this surge of like girl power, because the whole time of leading up to getting into a workout and during a workout is like, I hate this, I can't do it, I'm gonna quit. But then I like push myself and finish it, and then afterwards I just have this like, dang, that was awesome, I did it, I feel so strong, and like, I don't know, gives you that little extra pep in your step. So do something for yourself when it comes to being active. 30 minutes a day is the recommended amount that my personal trainer gave me, so that's what I'll share with you. And yeah, get active, move your body. And the last tip, and we kind of talked about this a little bit in the meditation one, I think, is essential oils. I love diffusing them. I love wearing them. For the most part, I have my favorites, and those are the ones that I'm like, these are amazing, and I use them pretty regularly. For instance, I diffuse Serenity at night in our bedroom. I'll turn it on when I'm going to bed, and I'll have it run through the night, and it just kind of like, it's so relaxing. Better than just straight up lavender. Lavender's good, but Serenity is better. And sometimes I'll spike it with just a little bit of patchouli, just a little bit of hippiness in there, and that just, I don't know, it just brings me a little bit of happiness and calm and chilled out kind of vibe. Whereas in the morning, when I'm doing my morning meditation, I keep my balance oil, and that's another grounding, very relaxing, but like chill out, but not sleepy type of blend. It's hard to explain until you smell it. You'll smell it and you'll just feel that connection with it. I keep it in a roller ball. I don't have it in here with me because it's in my purse, and I keep it with me whenever I go anywhere. I'll roll it on the inside of my palms, up on my chest, where I can kind of like get that wafting fragrance up. And it is by far, hands down, my favorite essential oil. But yeah, I'll roll it on when I'm out and about, when I start to feel that anxiety tingle, and it just almost like reminds my mind to like, okay, we're safe, it's going to be okay, we'll make it through. During the day, if I feel like we need a little pep, I have another diffuser out here in the living room. I'll put wild orange and lemon in there, like very like bright, fun, rambunctious scents and stuff like that. If you have any questions about oils or ordering anything, I am a, like, what is it called, like an advocate or distributor or whatever it is with Doterra. No pressure. If you're just looking for a resource, I'm right here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk about, because that was my 8th and final tip, and I think we covered pretty much all of the things that I've been doing lately to kind of ground myself, bring myself back to happiness, to feeling need, to the calm, to that baseline of not feeling too depressed and not feeling too anxious, and living my life and enjoying it along the way. I have spent too much time these past 7 months feeling all consumed by my panic disorder that I've missed out on moments with my kids or with my friends and getting out. And I'm not willing to sacrifice that time with them or with my friends or even from myself anymore. So I will have my ups and downs. You will too. That is why we have this community. This is why we have resources like going to our doctors and friends and family. But these are some maybe like tips and tricks in between to supplement what we're already doing for ourselves. I hope you found this helpful. I hope maybe there's something in here that inspired you to do something for you today, this week, every day this week, because you're important, okay? Taking care of you is a big deal. Get your little blankies and cuddle up, watch a TV show, put a face mask on. And yeah, thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll see you in a video very soon.